business investment opportunities in Zambia is one of the most trending topics, and I'm sure a lot of you out there in the diaspora are looking for these opportunities to sort of get to add value to Zambia and just basically get to grow your money. But one of the most important challenges, or rather, one of the most uh, you know, setbacks that a lot of people have, especially in the diaspora, is the lack of trust and basically how to just go about doing everything. Because by the end of it, all right, a lot of people in the diaspora, that is, Zambians who are in other countries, staying there and working, a lot of them have got trust issues, and this is one of those biggest hurdles due to the fact that they have already dealt with family and they ended up being disappointed. But what if there's a way? What if there's a way for Zambians in the diaspora or any other, groups out there that would really love to collaborate with, native Zambians in order for them to find business loopholes and just basically be able to make sure that this particular venture is feasible. So in today's episode, we are going to be talking about, the niches that you can concentrate on. And of course, we do provide business consulting services, and we also, provide such a service. So you guys can be able to feel free to reach out to us, and we are going to lay it down and just basically give you these, amazing opportunities where we can get to collaborate because we are residing in Zambia, and we understand from a business perspective that, such a very crucial step in your life needs, proper planning. You need people who are trustworthy, people who can deliver, people who can actually make the business profitable. So this is what we're going to be talking about. So welcome everybody. I go by the name of Muna.
And I'm Siku.
Yeah, so today's it's basically going to be a business related type of conversation. So according to you, right, we have a new president. The business environment is something which is enticing. And by the way, Zambia is one of the most peaceful countries out there, especially in Africa. So in terms of democracy, peace, and
stability, there's a lot of stability, in our country, and it's a very good place to invest in. In the previous video, we did mention that we're a landlocked country, so meaning that we're surrounded by our other countries, and it easily puts us at an advantage in terms of being able to export, products and services to other countries as well. So that's one of the beauties about investing and being in Zambia.
Yeah, so the most important thing that a lot of people need to be aware of is the aspect of actually turning a business into a profitable venture, because we might be here talking about, invest in Zambia and start a business, but people want to see the numbers. People want to see the projected profit margins that they might be able to get, and they also want to find out a timeline in order for them to get the results, because this is business. I'm sure there's a lot of business savvy people out there. So as much as we are opening our arms out there, and in order for people out there to also trust us, right, there has to be much more detailed information. But anyway, besides that, because we're going to be making these episodes and we're going to be going in details as we keep on progressing with the episodes, today I just want to focus on the most important niches that people can focus on. And these niches are quite doable even if you're not in Zambia, and you can still be able to make money. Moreover, there has been a lot of discussions with regards to, Asians coming to Africa. They are taking over. It's because we're not really stepping up. We're not really seizing the opportunities. And if we, the native, Zambians, Africans, continue sleeping, they're going to be occupying everything, and all the business opportunities are going to be taken over.
And this is why it's important for the people out there, the Zambians that are in the diaspora, to really partner up with locals and invest back in Zambia, because the Asians, the Americans, Europeans that are coming into Zambia are coming from first world countries, and they have an advantage because they're more exposed. So now fellow Zambians in other countries that are well developed than Zambia can be a really big game changer to the local Zambians, because you guys have a lot of exposure and you can advise and say where certain things are going, and we can do a lot of great things once the people, the Zambians that are out there, start reinvesting back in the country. And hence these conversations, and I was just adding on a few things right
exactly
there, and why it's important for Zambians out there to reinvest back in our country and be a part of the growth of the different industries that we're going to be talking about.
Right, so it's very important to get to collaborate, and this is the strategy that a lot of foreigners are using, aka the Asians, because number one, they've got capital and they have the technical know-how. You see, 9 times out of 10, right, locals find it very hard to compete, because number one, they don't really have capital and so on and so forth. But people in the diaspora have access to disposable income, and this is where the aspect of trust has to come in. So let's say, for example, like we have a legally registered business, and we've got a very solid track record. Our reputation is online. You guys can just like literally Google ask people about us, right? We've got a solid reputation. So what we need to do is utilize people's capital, and we should also sort of take advantage of our expertise in terms of the market research that we have been doing, and we also need to be trustworthy as well, because that's the only way that they are going to be able to be comfortable with us. But anyway, I'm sure everything has been said. So let's talk about the investment opportunities that are quite feasible, and something that we can achieve with regards to the different niches that are available, because Zambia is endowed with a lot of opportunities, but you can't really go for any opportunity, because there's a lot of businesses that require intensive capital. So the types of niches that we're going to be talking about, these are capital intensive niches that a lot of people might be able to afford. And according to the market research that we have been doing across Zambia, right, we've got a lot of different data points. I really believe real estate and agriculture is are very good industries that you can like literally start, and in about 6 months your business turns profitable. So let's just talk about real estate opportunities in Zambia and agriculture opportunities in Zambia.
Well, with real estate, there's a lot of opportunities in terms of real estate. We will focus our conversation right now as an example of we look at, for example, Lusaka, and how Lusaka very soon we're going to have very few township areas that are less developed, because people are buying lands and are building mega mansions every second. Every corner has malls and shops around. So basically the real estate business is very profitable, and it's very, very important that you know how to acquire land, where to acquire land, and to be able to visualize and see 10 years ahead where you have bought your land will be. And
sorry for cutting you off, but here our potential clients are out there in the diaspora. So we did talk about the issue of trust. So just put yourself in their shoes. Why do you think real estate is something that they can venture in, even though they're not in Zambia? Agriculture. Why is this an industry that can make it much more comfortable for them to collaborate with people like us who happen to be on the ground?
Okay, so I will start with real estate. We are on the ground. We know the market. We know the areas. and we know, how to, get this land that we need to develop. And real estate, basically, we're talking about property development. So, meaning we acquire either buildings, houses, or land. So, the most important thing is, like you said, trust.
And documentation. So, when it comes to paperwork, right? You can have, or rather, we can have your name enlisted on, or the property which is going to be developed, and there's actually going to be tangible truth that you do own the property, and there's obviously going to be contracts saying you are hiring us to like oversee the projects and so on and so forth. So even though you're that side, right, you are rest assured that the documents are in your name, the title deeds and so on and so forth, and you can always verify this type of information by either going to the Lusaka City Council and having third parties verify the information that, okay, the type of land that you're dealing with or where you're building is actually legitimately owned by you. Because this is where the issue of trust usually comes in, because there are a lot of dubious people out there who have taken advantage of people. So when it comes to agriculture, real estate, is very easy for you to have a peace of mind knowing that the title deeds and the land where the business is being done, you fully own. So that's one of the the starting points, because it doesn't really make any sense people not really knowing whether whatever they're investing in they even own it. So starting from that, but anyway,
yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, so ownership is very important, and we are able to ensure that all the documentations, the title deeds are in your name, and just like he has alluded, we are able to ensure that you have the documents authenticated and verified, because when you're buying land, there are two individuals that you're buying land from. You're either buying land from a citizen or from the government. So there are different processes of ensuring that you get those title deeds, and a lot of people in Zambia have unfortunately built their houses, and yet they don't have these documentations in order, which is putting themselves at risk, and other people, their families, at risk. So our most important goal is to ensure that the documentation is on point, and where we are getting this land from, it's a legitimate person, individual, corporate. There are a lot of real estate companies that are selling land on behalf of people, as well as the government. So these are things that we ensure that we have checked out and we have planned for, so that you don't have to risk your money.
Yeah, and the most important thing is Zambia is very it's huge, and sometimes people don't really get to have the oversight, the vision, because right now a lot of people are mostly interested in Lusaka, but there are emerging districts out there. Let's say, for example, Chilanga, Kafiwe, and other provinces as well, which are going to be booming in the next 10 to 20 years. And one of the reasons why I love real estate is, especially in Africa, in Zambia, is the cost of entry is very minimal. Because as cheap as 80,000 kwacha, if I can do the approximate valuation in terms of dollars, 80,000 kwacha should be roughly less than $7,000. $7,000 and below. You are able to build a 2 to 3 bedroom house and be able to start renting out, and this can be built in less than 2 months. So everything is going to be in your name, everything is going to be verifiable. So if you take a look at most of the average houses in developed nations, they are obviously $100,000 and above. So from $100,000 you can have 7 to 10 houses where you are able to start renting them out and start collecting rent as time goes by. And with the valuation of land and the appreciation, you guys already know this is obviously going to go a long way. So a lot of people have got this misconception saying, look, if you want to start a business in real estate, you need to have like a whole lot of money. So it just depends on what you're going to be looking for, and depending on your capital and your time frame and what you want to achieve, right? We've got different plans that you can use. And besides even housing, there's a lot of other things that you can do. You can start building shops, you can start building shopping malls, you can start building chicken runs and piggeries. There's a lot of things that we can do, and there's a lot of different angles that you can tackle and just make this particular business viable. So when it comes to real estate, there's a lot of opportunities in Africa because Africa is underdeveloped. So if you guys have got the capital muscle, you could be the next, property developers in the next 20 years. So remember, the cost of entry with regards to real estate is very minimal, and it is very affordable. I'm sure if you guys just go hard working for like 1 or 2 months, you'll be able to raise quite a lot of capital. So these are very great opportunities. And I would love to talk about agriculture because one of the major perks of staying in Africa is the fact that we've got organic food, and we eat organic foods. I mean, the difference between the beef here and in developed nations, it's massive, So right now we are at this particular threshold where we need to produce a lot of food, and Zambia is a landlocked country. So what the government is doing right now is they're trying to promote the locals to create and farm our own food. So this is one of the reasons why there has been quite a number of banning with regards to importing certain types of foods. And this is where the market research comes in. For example, Irish potatoes, there has been a ban on the importation of Irish potatoes. And if you look at Zambia, right, it's a huge market. So if you're able to grow Irish potatoes, and by the way, Irish potatoes only take 3 months to mature and develop. So in about 3 months, if you start growing Irish potatoes, you might be able to, really make a 500% profit, So you have to know where to sell your products, what type of retailers are going to be able to consume your products as well. Because when it comes to agriculture, right, getting to farm the products and, creating these amazing fertile type of lands, right, that's one aspect. But there's also the marketing aspect where the agriculture has to be marketed and, you have to actually get your money. So these are the things that we have to look at. So anyway, let's just talk about agriculture and the immense opportunity that Zambia has.
Yeah, there are a lot of opportunities in agriculture. Irish potatoes is one of the crops that can be cultivated on our lands, and the poultry business as well is one of the booming businesses in Zambia. A lot of people are keeping either broilers or layers and are making a lot of money on a daily basis. And most importantly, in agriculture, what you need to have is land. That's very important. Once you have that land up, you take a look at the vision, what you would like. I earlier mentioned that we're a landlocked country, so whatever you would want to produce, meaning that the market is quite big, you can either export or you can look at feeding the locals as well as just the country. See which parts of the country you would send your food to. Hence, there are a lot of opportunities. So apart from the poultry business, which is thriving in Zambia, you can also invest in aquaculture. Fish farming is one of the biggest emerging markets, and a lot of people are venturing into it, and there's a lot of really good fish on, in Zambia and on the market, and people actually getting there are a lot of skilled people that can in case you're wondering, say, I know, but then how are you going to ensure that I think expertise is one aspect that we're also going to look at with all these things that we have mentioned, how you can achieve running a successful farmer even when you are away, you're not in the country, and what to do. And just basically, this is the data that we would give you. We would suggest aquaculture, poultry, crops such as Irish potatoes.
Right. And, sometimes we have to be realistic. And this is one of the reasons why I really believe in honesty. Because if you look at the poultry business, right, it's overly saturated. Almost every person has got a poultry business. They've got, eggs that they're selling and whatnot. So this is one of the reasons why market research and finding the loopholes is very important. So this is one of the reasons why I'm saying, look, if you're going to do real estate, right, and agriculture, because that's our passion, and I really believe this is a business that can actually work. So what you need to do is you need to have a business that feeds off of each other, so that you do not have to waste your product and rather face a lot of competition. Because when I go to the markets here in Zambia, there's a lot of competition when it comes to people selling chickens, people selling trays of eggs. There's a lot of competition. But what if you had a business that feeds off of each other? Let's say, for example, you've got a shop where you sell chickens, right? You're also growing the chickens. When it comes to the feed, right, you've got a feed production business. Because if you look at the maggot production, okay, you produce the maggots, you start supplying the people who are selling, who are growing the chickens, because it's actually very cheap, growing maggots, and basically supplying the people who are trying to get into the chicken business. So if you look at the way everything is connected, you've got maggot growing business, you've got chickens that you're growing and selling, and then you've got a shop that is getting to distribute that. Besides the shop, right, you can always come up with something equivalent to a Hungry Lion or a KFC, where you're sort of selling that type of chicken, and fried chicken and whatnot. You can also have a restaurant or a bar place, because Africans, Zambians love leisure. They love the drinking places and all that stuff.
Having a good time with family and friends.
So if you have a loop, or rather a cycle of businesses that really supplement each other and feed off of each other, right? You're not even going to be busting your head with regards to like finding the markets, because you already have a restaurant, you already have a bar or a place where you're going to be needing whatever you're selling. So you've got this continuous loop of value that you are finding. So these are the types of market research techniques that we use. And obviously, I'm not obviously going to be giving you all the secrets, because you guys are not going to need us. But we do know what we're talking about, and we do understand how to turn your money, your capital, in something that is guaranteed to produce results in a certain period of time. And this is one of the reasons why I always give people timelines, saying, look, if you've got so and so capital, right, we're able to turn around and make your capital grow in such and such a period, because we know how long it takes for a certain business to mature. We know the markets to, cater to, and how to produce those results. Because by the end of it all, you do not want to be investing in something that doesn't produce any capital and produce a return on investment. So this is one of the reasons why we have to guarantee, whenever we are having this consultation, saying, look, if you start growing, Irish potatoes, in about 6 months, you should be able to now just relax, sit back, and let your money keep on multiplying, because you initially invested in this particular project, and you just have to now expand the business and so on and so forth. So it's very important to always get to think about these things.
Yeah, so very important. A lot of aspects to think about and talk about. And the beauty about it is that you don't have to come to Zambia and start, from scratch, because you already have people that have done it. They know what the do's and don'ts, because whenever you're starting something, you don't expect to suddenly you're successful and everything is all going well, so that learning curve is something that we are shortening for you, and ensuring that your money is going to multiply, as well as ensuring that we do create a whole lot of opportunities for Zambia and for the people of Zambia, because mind you, the end goal at the end is to create employment as well as wealth generation to you and the people that are involved in whatever services that you are offering, and ensuring that the surrounding communities in where we are doing all these businesses are thriving as well.
Exactly. And I would also love to talk about the capital requirements that people might have out there, because by the end of it all, right, we are business people and we do not want to attract the wrong crowds. And of course, with a lot of businesses, you need to have at least tangible capital, especially if you want to do it at a certain scale. So this is one of the reasons why I'm saying, look, we are professionals and we're running a business consultancy agency, and we do not want to waste people's times. And we do not want to do anything which is not literally going to make any sense. So to all the people wondering out there, what they can start with, I think the usual starting point is $10,000 and above. $10,000 and above is what we require our potential clients, business partners to have. At least it's going to make sense, and it's going to be able to, we're guaranteed to produce you the much needed results, because by the end of it all, right, we do not want to lowball ourselves and just get, I don't know, like $1,000 or $500, because it's going to be tough for us to make sure that the money multiplies and whatnot, and we are result oriented type of people. So this is one of the reasons why I'm saying, look, at least minimum $10,000, hopefully above $10,000, we might be able to help you out and just basically give you a solid business plan, a business that is actually going to work, and you're going to be able to see tangible results, and you are going to be guaranteed. And we love to have our clients fly over to Zambia. We need you to be here. We need you to actually see what projects we're working on and how we are basically getting to run our business. So we want you to, once in a while, if you've got the opportunity to come to Zambia, get to see how the project is doing, and just basically get to see that we are actually working. Because by the end of it all, I want to have a successful reputation. I mean, a very good reputation where I'm proud of it. So I am not interested in, grabbing people's money here and there and all that stuff. And besides, I have also stayed in the diaspora. I understand the worries and the pain points that a lot of people have. And this is one of the reasons why having trust is very, very important. And we're going to be filtering out people, because there's a lot of people who are very impatient out there. So it's not like just we're going to be able to work with anybody. We also have to be comfortable with you. We also have to know that you understand business concepts, and you also understand a thing or two about businesses. So it's not like we're going to be working with anybody. There's going to be a filter process that we're going to be having. We're going to have questionnaires, because by the end of it all, I want to only work with solid individuals and people who've got a certain pizzazz, and you just know how it is, when it comes to business and so on and so forth. So this is one of the reasons why, we have to trust each other. It has to be on both ends. You have to be comfortable with us. We have to be comfortable with you. We have to lay down the vision and how we can work together. If that's fine with you, then we can proceed, because it's all about success rates. If we have very good reviews from a few people, I'm sure there's going to be people flocking to us as well. So anyhow, before we conclude, what would you love to tell the people?
it's very important for people to really grab this opportunity and give us a call, contact us, and get as much information as possible, and see if this is our services are workable for you. Because remember, it's very important to know the market that you are going in, and the market that you would how you'd basically approach it, and how you would enter that market. Because at this point, we are the locals here. We're simply saying, okay, you have the capital, so if we're getting into real estate, we know where to get land from. We know how to do it the legal way. And if, let's say, you want to build, let's say, houses or a hotel or lodges, we know the construction companies that have a good reputation and are able to deliver and ensure that, whatever property that we're mounting up there, is properly done. So it is very important to partner up, and it is very important to have as much information, so make sure that you do contact us and get as much information before you make that decision over working with us or hiring us for your, for consultation purposes.
Yeah, so before we leave, our email is zcorner2015@gmail.com. That's zcorner2015@gmail.com. ZEDCORNER 2015@gmail.com. And our WhatsApp/phone number is +260 771 701655. +260 771 701655. So we are going to be having the details scrolling throughout the entire video, and you guys are going to be able to feel free and book a consultation with us. The first call is going to be free of charge. We can have as many as 5 different calls. We get to sit down, see how we can add value to you and how we can deliver as soon as possible. So this is very important, because this is the only way we're going to be able to get things done. We know how the Asians are sort of taking over Zambia and Africa. So we can only get to compete with them only by getting to collaborate and ensuring that there's trust. There's the production of results, because that's the most important thing. Results need to be produced. We need to be able to deliver to you. You need to make money, and you need to multiply your money as well. That is the most important thing, because by the end of it, no matter how much we talk, if we don't produce any results, the Asians are going to be beating us.
And the beauty about this is, we are the kings of documenting in terms of media wise. So most projects, if not all projects that we're going to be doing, we're going to show a bit of some insights on how we're going to be doing them, and we'll keep that on record and hopefully share on our YouTube channel, so that more people out there are inspired to come back and invest in Zambia and work with us. So it's very important for us that we document this and ensure that a lot of people get to know what's happening in Zambia, because we do want to be a part of that economic revolution, just like the new government has come in, and right now is a very good time to invest in Zambia, because there are a lot of trade deals that are happening with other countries. Our president has had different presidents from other African countries, such as Uganda, such as the DRC, and soon we'll be able to produce electric cars in Zambia. So there are a lot of projects that the government is championing, and this whole economic revolution for our country should also start with us, the citizens that are here and that are abroad. So we really do invite you to give us those calls and get more information.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking around, and I really hope that we did make sense. We're going to have this business related sort of episodes, ongoing, because we have to let you know that we do understand what we're talking about. We've got the market research or the data points, and I think it's high time we started concentrating on entrepreneurship, because this is the only way we're going to help ourselves and basically have our own, feet to stand on. So we need to produce what we eat. We need to be able to provide our very own solutions, because only Africans can solve African related programs. So without further ado, thank you very much for sticking around. So remember, we do offer business consultations, and we are here to be your servants. We're here to serve and just basically collaborate with you. So looking forward to receiving your calls and your emails. From me and Siku, we are definitely out, and talk to you a little bit later. Bye.